He's an agent of chaos.
He is.
I swear to God, if he came out with like black eyeliner and fucking white face paint and lipstick on, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what a tumultuous person you truly are there, Elon. Only to climb into your head for 2 days, 2 hours, 2 minutes. Either one would probably cause immediate onset insanity.
An agent of chaos that would make the Joker blush.
Yes, I'm telling you, if the Joker had Elon's budget, he'd at least taken Gotham. I'll tell you that much, if not the world. So anyway, so Elon decided that he was going to, while he had the liberal beehive swarming and all confused in all different directions, he decided to appoint one of their own to the CEO position of Twitter.
Yes. Elon announced either today or yesterday, and today is May 12th, 2023. I forget, I think it was today, maybe yesterday, that Linda Yacomino as the new CEO of Twitter. And he says that she's going to do like the business side of it, and he's going to work on like future tech and all that kind of stuff. But her background and her affiliations immediately started spreading around the internet as to why would Elon appoint this person to that position, CEO of Twitter. She is a former NBC Universal executive, NBC as one of the, handful of legacy media, regime mouthpieces that we rail against on this podcast all the time. She's a board member on the World Economic Forum, and all throughout COVID, she both made personal videos and, wrote articles and stuff like that, and teamed up with other groups as part of campaigns to, push masking, to push the medical procedure that she didn't want and many didn't want to have an option not to take. That's who she is. And again, kind of like what we were talking about with Biden in the last segment, people will tell you and show you who they are. Take them at their word. So Elon, being the free speech at all costs, I think he referred to himself at one point as a free speech absolutist. Why would you appoint somebody to the position of CEO with those ties in particular? And I'm sure if she didn't, it'll come out at some point if she did, pushed for, all of these disinformation campaigns around, the C word that happened for the last couple of years. I'm sure she was on board with all of that. All of the house cleaning that Elon did at Twitter, she's now bringing a fox right back into the hen house. Somebody make sense of it. Make it make sense, Elon.
He's an agent of chaos.
He is.
I swear to God, if he came out with like black eyeliner and fucking white face paint and lipstick on, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Now, I'll give, I guess, best case scenario for Elon.
Maybe she's changed her ways. I mean, maybe she's seen the light.
Possibly. But
people change.
We'll see. One possible explanation is because I did see an interview that she did with him not too long ago, and she seems to be very focused on advertisers. And obviously, advertisers are the lifeblood of social media sites, for better or worse, until Web3 comes along and the users can actually support the content that they find valuable and doesn't have to come from big money advertisers. But that is the paradigm that we currently live under. That is the way that Twitter operates, and that is the way that this venture is going to be profitable for Elon in the short run. So if she is able to, even if she doesn't fully change into a 180, if she is able to compartmentalize her apparent, desires to be a control freak of all of society, right? That's what happens when you join the WEF. If she's able to compartmentalize that from the cold, hard business of how do I get advertisers to come back to the platform, because it is true that some advertisers have been turned off by Twitter, by Elon's, what they deem as his erratic behavior. Maybe that could be why he hired her, is basically like an olive branch to the, big businesses that would advertise on Twitter, and he needs that. Okay, I guess as far as that goes, But do we really think that Giacomino is the only person that's capable of bringing back advertisers? Is there not somebody that's like a more and I'm just
I heard there's a former marketing director for Bud Light that's looking for a job.
Yeah,
maybe we should get her on.
She would fit right in.
Maybe yeah, exactly.
You know, but I'm just throwing this out there. And again, this isn't something that I haven't seen this name tossed around anywhere else, but just as an example, right? So John Mackey, the guy that started and built Whole Foods. Now, again, David and I would be happy with that because John Mackey is a maybe he has called himself libertarian. I don't know, but he's very libertarian, both in his philosophy. He's written books on, how the market should be, stakeholder capitalism and all that kind of stuff. And he's very libertarian in his approach to the purpose of the market is for me to outcompete my competitors by providing a superior good or service, right? That's what Mackey's vision is. So not that Mackey would accept the position or that Elon should have offered it to him or whatever, but what I'm saying is people like Mackey exist. People that don't have an ideological axe to grind like Giacomino does apparently, and are just, if you're talking about the cold business savvy of how do I get advertisers to come back, somebody like John Mackey exists. There are people out there that could have filled that role. So why her? Why somebody that is a board member of the World Economic Forum? Why? Why somebody who probably pushed the same anti-disinformation campaigns that were run amok all throughout Twitter that you've spent the last several months of the Twitter files, shedding the light on it to disinfect that at Twitter? Why that person? So, even if it is just a cold, calculated business decision on Elon's point, it still doesn't even stand up for why he would pick her. He's going to have a space call with her on in the next few days where people can call in and ask them anything. And I'm sure these questions are going to come up. So he's going to explain more. But it really does boggle the mind. I likened it to the whole Trump thing where like people hated him throughout his entire campaign, and then he put those same people in his administration. It's shooting yourself on the foot to a proportion that just makes no sense at all. And that seems to be what Elon's doing. But again, maybe he's playing 4D chess. Maybe he's some super genius. Maybe I just don't get it. But I don't know. I don't see it.
Do something to completely throw away the billions upon billions that he spent to acquire Twitter. He's got to have a plan somewhere. That's why I'm going to reserve judgment and say maybe he hasn't lost it. Maybe he's not gone off the deep end yet.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I wish his plan involved something other than a WEF board member. Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm asking too much of the free speech absolutists.
They will own nothing and like it. They will eat the bugs and pick the crickets from their teeth.
So, yeah.
That's Klaus Schwab, by the way.
Yes, that is definitely Klaus.
Just for clarification. That was not the new CEO of Twitter, but she rubs elbows with him, so
yeah,
beware.